Hey kid, have you ever wanted to feel like you're inside the game? Well now you can, thanks to the awesome power of Firewall 0 Hour and PlayStation Virtual Reality. Be in the game, feel every bullet, live every death. Firewall 0 Hour, available now.
PlayStation.
Hey kid, have you ever wanted to feel like you're inside the game? Well now you can, thanks to the awesome power of Firewall 0 Hour and PlayStation Virtual Reality. Be in the game, feel every bullet, live every death. Firewall 0 Hour, available now.
PlayStation.
Hey kid, have you ever wanted to feel like you're inside the game? Well now you can, thanks to the awesome power of Firewall 0 Hour and PlayStation Virtual Reality. Be in the game, feel every bullet, live every death. Firewall 0 Hour, available now.
PlayStation.
Hey kid, have you ever wanted to feel like you're inside the game? Well now you can, thanks to the awesome power of Firewall 0 Hour and PlayStation.
It all started when I was browsing YouTube one day. I'm a huge virtual reality fan, so when I was searching for PlayStation Virtual Reality in particular, I found this YouTube channel called PSVR Without Parole. I noticed they were pretty big and they had lots of views, so I decided to check out their content. That's when the trouble started. I was watching their podcast. They had these 3 hosts, and as I was watching them and listening to their incredibly boring and soulless conversations with one another, my eyes just started to get so heavy. It was so bizarre. I tried to fight it, but their content was so sleep-inducing that I eventually passed out. I woke up in a daze. I was laying on the floor. My trousers were pulled down to my knees. There was a terrible aching from my butthole and a smell of cat piss. It was just everywhere. When I realized what had happened to me, I just felt dead inside. I didn't sleep. I didn't talk to anyone. I just couldn't feel clean. My name is Petrifying Pumpkins, and I'm a PSVR Without Parole survivor. It all started when I was browsing YouTube one day. I'm a huge virtual reality fan, so when I was searching for PlayStation virtual reality in particular, I found this YouTube channel called PSVR Without Parole. I noticed they were pretty big and they had lots of views, so I decided to check out their content. That's when the trouble started. I was watching their podcast. They had these 3 hosts, and as I was watching them and listening to their incredibly boring and soulless conversations with one another, my eyes just started to get so heavy. It was so bizarre. I tried to fight it, but their content was so sleep-inducing that I eventually passed out. I woke up in a daze. I was laying on the floor. My trousers were pulled down to my knees. There was a terrible aching from my butthole and a smell of cat piss. It was just everywhere. When I realized what had happened to me, I just felt dead inside. I didn't sleep. I didn't talk to anyone. I just couldn't feel clean. My name is Petrifying Pumpkins, and I'm a PSVR Without Parole survivor. It all started.
Hey, kid, have you ever wanted to feel like you're inside the game? Well, now you can, thanks to the awesome power of Firewall 0 Hour and PlayStation Virtual Reality. Be in the game. Feel every bullet. Live every death. Firewall 0 Hour. Available now.
PlayStation.
Hey, kid, have you ever wanted to feel like you're inside the game? Well, now you can, thanks to the awesome power of Firewall 0 Hour and PlayStation Virtual Reality. Be
We're live.
You're gonna pass out as soon as we go live. It's gonna drop.
I'm sweating. Hello, everyone.
Just be radio
Hello.
silence on your end. I'm sorry, my co-host passed
I always
out.
get panicked when
He
the
just,
stream's
he
about to start.
just breathed
Ooh,
himself into a stroke and passed out.
It's your arch enemy. Finally, a Firewall commercial. That's good. Thank you, your arch enemy. Let's
How's
reach
this
out to
sound?
Sony. Let's
How's
get
our
me
price?
hired. Let's get me hired. Am I right?
I told him. I just said that.
Well, you put that in my head.
Now you're gonna
I'm
do. Now
refreshing
you're gonna
the chat
pump out all
box.
these
I'm
commercials.
refreshing that chat box. Dave left a like, despite the advert. Dave, thank you very
Everybody
much.
should
Germ
leave a like.
saying,
How about that?
Germ pretty much commented on how talented I am, and thank you, Germ.
No, we're
Appreciate
doing
that.
good. David Seggy. How are you,
How are you
Seggy?
both today? Says David Segerson. I'm
The
doing good.
Seg-
How are you doing, Decepticon?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, we're both doing good, David. How are you doing? What is that name? Aggressive. How are you doing? Are we getting PSVR 2.0? I don't know. Probably.
Are we?
No official word, obviously. Anyway, welcome to episode 20 of Touching Tips. We're in the twos now, Decepticon.
How do we get this far?
One more.
Does anybody care?
No.
Do we
nobody cares.
continue?
Even
Why are we doing this to
I don't know.
ourselves?
Like every week we can count up a
We're
higher
gonna look
number.
back at ourselves and be like, "What the hell are we doing?
When we're 40,
Why did I do this?"
You're nearly 40, but when I'm 40, I'm gonna be like, oh, cringe, fucking cringe.
And then your kids are gonna laugh at you.
Oh man, they are gonna laugh at me. They're gonna fucking Fortnite dance
They're
on
gonna
me or
show
something like
their
that. Fortnite 2,
classmates.
Fortnite 3 maybe.
All the dumb shit you played. They're gonna show the classmates all the dumb shit you're playing.
Aggressive wants to teabag you, Decepticon. Venom, how you doing next, Venom? The name fits, says David Station Vior. He is aggressive. He is. He was nearly playing with us yesterday, and I was like, ooh, this guy will say some spicy things on the mic if I get him in here. But luckily for me, somebody joined just in time.
Spicy newcomer.
How is everyone? It's been 2 weeks because Decepticon was having explosive diarrhea last week. So we had to cancel last week's show.
Awful. Stomach pains, head pains, back pains, leg pains.
Cats. He covered the
Cat
cats.
pains.
He covered them cats. He used them as toilet paper. The toilet paper ran out. He's like, psh, 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 come here. Come here, Mr. Pitts.
I just wear them as clothes when I go to the store. I just put them on my body.
Germ says they'll call you a boomer. I'm a millennial. They'll call me a millennial, but they'll say it with disrespect. You know, are you a boomer, Decepticon? What are you?
No.
Are you sure you're
Gen
not a boomer?
X, I guess. Gen
X.
X.
I don't know. They'll
Gen
be
X.
Zoomers or something. What's Zoomers? There's Coomers as well. Hopefully they won't be them.
What are you?
Love the shirt.
A
Decepticon.
millennial?
What's your shirt? I am a millennial.
Flynn's. You know what Flynn's is?
Flynn? N like Flynn. It's an Irish name.
Flynn.
That's what it is.
Come on.
What do
What's
you mean?
Flynn's from?
It's like a million different
What's
fucking
a Flynn?
things.
What's a
It's a million
Flynn's
pubs.
Arcade?
It's the names of a
Flynn's
million
Arcade?
fucking pubs.
Flynn's
over here,
Arcade?
right?
There's only one Flynn's Arcade.
Oh my god. How would I know that? How would I know that?
Because you're a youngin'. You would know
PSVR
that.
Brazil. Welcome. How you doing, PSVR Brazil?
From Tron. It's from Tron.
I feel like you do, says Aggressive. I have no idea.
The
what he's
arcade in
referring to.
Tron.
Gen X. Are you Gen X as well, your arch enemy? Germ, are you a boomer? Boomers are in their 50s.
Germ, I think, is on the cusp.
Is he about to be a boomer?
Well, I don't think he's a boomer.
Well,
No.
he can't be a boomer. Like,
I think you got to be.
so
like
is he
50,
like?
right?
Is he
That
Gen
50?
X too?
Yep, yeah, I think he's Gen
You
X.
and
too.
Germ are the same.
And then what's the other one? Gen
age.
Z?
Is that before millennial?
I think that's the one after X. Before
Okay.
millennial? Or
Okay.
before X, maybe? I don't know. I don't
see.
beatbox.
Look,
I do make beats, though. You can go check them out at Decepticon.com.
oh boy, he's plugging. There we go.
Decepticon.com.
Well, if he's plugging, I'm gonna plug too. I'm gonna ask you to check them links in the description. You're gonna see a link for Discord. You might even see a link for the Patreon if you think it's worth supporting on Patreon or whatever. No pressure, obviously. What else is there?
What
What do I have? I feel like there's a third link I'm missing.
is there?
Follow me on
Patreon,
Twitter, I guess.
Discord,
Whatever.
your YouTube.
There we go. Subscribe, likes, all that shit. Boomer. Then I think Gen X sounds cool though. I don't like millennial. That doesn't sound cool.
Millennial.
Gen X and Gen Z, I guess, as well. Both sound like, you know, science experiments in a Resident Evil game. You know, that's what I want to be. Nothing wrong with being over 50, says Deadeye Dan. I could not agree with you more. In fact, I would say there's plenty wrong with being under 50. You know, under 65, if we're being honest. Let's retire so we can just play PSVR all day long. Does Mother make beats? I'll check. What does that mean?
Does Mother make beats?
I don't know what that means. Germ says I had to get another new card. So my Patreon's on. Don't worry about it, Germ. Again, you don't even play VR anymore. You just play flat anymore. So I would completely understand if you
God Cannon,
just
GG.
dropped support. That's fine.
GG God
Completely.
Cannon.
God Cannon's here.
He hates you. He came in to say that he hates you
I don't
and he
see- where's the
enjoys my
comment?
company.
Where's the comment? I don't see it. It's not there. You're lying. Lying. Decepticon is an angel. Okay.
See?
Oh, that's him. I
You
thought he was aggressive. I was like, what the fuck is aggressive saying now?
Aggressive saying that too, you know?
There you go. Harvey Dent. You should have told me Harvey Dent was in the chat.
Harvey Dent. Where's he at?
God Cannon.
oh.
Always hiding that side of the face, you know? All you kids won't last in wars. What wars? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Deej, how you doing, Deej? PS4
Probably
Brazil.
not. That's not what I'm about, though. All right.
Hey, say something. Are we going to get just one contractor on Firewall this season? You know what? That's a good segue. Let's talk about Firewall Operation
Is it?
Black
Is that what we're going to talk about?
Dawn. That's what we're talking about first. Let's
that what
roll
we're talking
right
about?
into us.
All right.
And that is a pressing question that I had.
Like
Because the season pass, or the op pass as they call us, has been like halved in price pretty much. Well, it's not quite half. It's like $5.99, isn't it? For like the cheapest option.
Yes.
The cheapest option.
$5.99 with one hack key.
Yeah. Okay. But I went on the PlayStation Store. Let me just pull this up. I should have this prepared, but I don't, because we're talking about Generation Z and boomers and all that shit. Okay, let me read the quote here.
Absolutely.
This is what the
Nothing to do with
PlayStation
VR.
Store says about the op pass. So this op pass gives access to a new contractor, Saul, available starting 4th of February 2020. Also unlocks the legendary weapon skin, Saul CQB. Available to op pass holders who complete all 24 missions for that amount of crypto. So that's kind of all it says. It doesn't say anything about a second contractor halfway through the season. And I'm pretty sure all the other ones did. Like, even if they didn't name them, they said like there was a new one coming. Deej is loving the new map. I'm loving it too so far. Deej, I love the lightning
Deej,
storm.
what's going on, Deej?
Early days yet, of course. I've barely gotten to play it, but the 5-6 times I played this, I liked it a lot. Pumpkins, I feel you and Dice are my arch nemesis, and I challenge you to. How many fucking arch nemesises can
All of
can
them.
we have?
Everyone.
You know, it's getting obscene.
Everyone
It's getting out of
hates
control.
us. We're the heels of VR.
God Cannon says, or PS4 Underground, I guess I should call him now. Ran into lots of bugs for sure, but overall great update. You talking about Firewall? You ran into bugs? Mudkip says,
happened?
what's this about the new sites?
What happened?
New sites
Complain about it on their Discord.
They're basically cosmetic upgrades, so you gotta complete the challenge the week. You can't even get them until
Prizes.
week
What
5.
was it, 4th week?
5th week.
5th
So
week.
you gotta wait a month before you can get any of the new sites. But there's going to be 2 of them in that week, and one of them is free. I think there might be another one
Predator
free
sites.
as well.
I want that
sites,
Predator
yeah, Predator
sites.
looks good. It does look good. It's got like that triangle dot.
Mm-hmm.
Does it make a noise? Does his gun make a noise when he's like aiming us? It's like
I think so. But I mean, you wouldn't hear laser
well, yeah, but
beams.
we can make the noises. You know, that's what I'm wondering. We gotta do some research. $5.99 says D.
They were lasers, though.
First Contact have outdone themselves this month. That's true. In terms of the price, I mean, the price is good. But I'm wondering, is it like half what we're used to? Well, not half, because we got a new map. But is it just one map? And is it just gonna be one contractor? One
I
gun?
doubt it. I think
You
we'll
know?
still get the same thing. I think it may just be just a
What
lower
about-
price.
What about that PlayStation Store description?
For maybe because it's a plus. Maybe that's why it's a lower price, just because it's plus this first month, and then they'll up the price the next
But
season
like, if it was like that,
back
they'd
to normal.
they usually have that little symbol that says like discounted for like 50%, we'll say, or
Oh,
something
yeah.
like that.
Well, then
you
that
know?
may be the price then.
But like
from now on.
the thing that's making me suspicious is the way that the description just says one contractor saw it. It doesn't say anything about like another one.
Oh, okay. Well, did you ever check that
Well,
other
that's what I was saying.
stuff?
That's like the older ones. I'm pretty sure they said there's going to be 2 contractors, and one of them is available immediately or something like that. I could be wrong. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
Interesting. I've never
Others were having the hollow sight glitch. I mean, I've been hearing a lot of shit about this hollow sight glitch, and the devs are aware of it. They're saying it had to do with bringing in these new hollow sights, messed up the ones that are there already. Like, well, the one hollow sight that's there already, I'm pretty sure the red dot's okay. But they're working on a fix, so the next patch should fix that. Fingers crossed. Aggressive, I gotta go, but I challenge you bitches to a team duel. Alright, fine. Me and Decepticon versus you and nobody. Sounds good to me. Good team. Your arch enemy says, and the custom slot for the new gun keeps resetting to a Taylor X75. Really? The custom slot for a new gun? I've been using the new gun in the custom slot. Do you mean like seasonal? No, that can't be right.
What about it? What's the matter?
Mine wasn't resetting. He said the gun is resetting.
My face paint was resetting, but only when I put on the Christmas face paint.
The mustache.
It would go back. It would go back to normal. But when I put your pumpkin face paint on, it stayed.
Okay, maybe that's for me too. I had my pumpkin on, obviously. I never take that off, but maybe that's why it stayed. Exactly, Pump says PS4 Brazil. We're on the same page. David Station says they need to add the thunderstorm sounds.
You're dead. He said you're dead, pal.
We need
You're
to add
dead.
the thunderstorm sounds from the map to the new lobby will be very relaxing while you wait for a match. I agree, Dave. Although I still like looking at the lightning. It's pretty cool. But yeah, it'd be no harm to have them sound effects in the lobby. Be pretty cool. Nice and atmospheric as well. You know, we could tell some spooky ghost stories while we're waiting. Decepticon, What do you think of the update overall? Well, let's talk about the map first of all.
I enjoy it.
You enjoy that new map?
I enjoy it.
What do you think?
I haven't messed with the picking up, putting down things.
I was going to ask you that next. Have you been messed with by someone who has it though? Like, has someone fucked with your jammers? Because there's a.
I don't think so. Can you pick up other people's jammers?
Yeah. As long as they're like enemy.
Yeah. Interesting.
The only thing is you can't mess with your teammates, but you can mess with everything else. This reminds me of Steve-O from Jackass. Oh, Dice reminds me of Steve-O from Jackass. Man, you gotta like impersonate him and make some money somehow.
Yeah. Great person to impersonate. Great idea.
Your arch enemy says, like the reg did before in a custom slot, every time I make a loadout with the new gun, it disappears. I made a loadout yesterday in the stream. You can check the stream if you don't believe me, but it was
That's
staying.
probably true.
It was staying there. Not that obviously I don't.
I had no problem with the
you,
guns. Just the face paint.
It was good for me. Maybe it has something to do with a certain like attachment that you had on, or something like that was messing it up. Fingers crossed they fixed that in the patch too. PS4 Underground, I was hoping for some rain too one day.
Shit.
Oh shit! That scared me. That scared me. I'm crying.
I can't hear the audio.
I only send this for the grass song. Crossed fingers, light skin. I only send this for the grass song. Crossed fingers, light skin tone.
Light skin tone fingers. Nice. Thank you, Deej. I'm sorry you didn't get the baby cow.
It's a lottery.
Wait. Hold on a sec. I feel like I heard the music though. I'm confused.
It's
I heard
broken.
the baby cow music, but it was the me crying in the shower gif, so I don't know what was going on there. Anyway, Deej, thank you very much for that generosity.
Broken it.
Appreciate it.
Chopped.
Chopped has arrived. How you doing, Chopped? How are you getting on?
Interesting. Minus was having issues as well.
Okay.
So,
what kind of issues now?
YouTube problem.
Well, we got to talk about the that new skill. Does it allow you to see people's jammers? Is that broken? 5XL was saying, "Hey, I can see this person's jammer through the wall." Like he didn't know where it was. He heard a beeping, obviously, but you can always hear the beeping.
With the rook symbol.
With the rook symbol, yeah, with the new skill, Tactician. But I wasn't able to see it, so I was like, "Is it a glitch?" You know?
I don't understand that. I don't get what's going on there. I don't know if that's a glitch, or if only one person can see it on the team. If you have to be specific person.
I'm so confused as to why the song played with that GIF. It's like it's not supposed to be possible to do that, so I don't know why that happened. But anyway, yes, you can see Yami, says Chopped. Okay, so I can't imagine they want that. I can't imagine they want that. Like that seems like.
Well, that was Frank. That was part of the thing in the beginning, where like Frank said that was the case. But they said also you had to be like looking at it. It had to be in the like line of sight. But I don't think that's the case.
But 5XL saw it through a wall.
Right, correct.
You know? So that's insane in the membrane. And we got Geisen here. How you doing, Geisen?
That's why I think jammy placement at the moment is...
Yeah, you got to stop bringing jammies now while this shit's going on.
I hate this. I hate that. That's my tactic.
That's your own. That's all you have.
You've
That's
stripped me of my ability.
PS4 Brazil says, yeah, it's easier to see enemies' equipments. Yes, it is. I don't mind seeing other stuff, but it's the jammer that kind of feels a little bit overpowered.
I felt like it was harder to see the mines and the other stuff. Like in the shadows, I think they took the redness off, like where you could see it before. Because I got hit with a couple different mines and concussions last night where out of just the blue, walked right into it. Yep.
I kind of like the sound of that. If you want to see the red outlines, you should pick Tariq. You know, I think that's the way it should be. Gareth Frost, Turkey Throws. How are you doing, Gareth? I hope you're well too. Thanks for asking.
Turkey Throat.
I could not see any jammer through walls, says PS4 Brazil. I couldn't see it either, but I was playing last night with 5XL. He was saying he could see it here, he could see it there, he could see it everywhere.
Maybe it was a glitch.
Maybe. But either way, it needs to be fixed. They could just make it so you can only move your own equipment.
Or like Frank was saying, eyesight. Like you have to be like seeing it, you know what I mean?
Like maybe if you have to be standing, like when it comes to the
visual.
When it comes to the jammer, you need to have it like in your face, I think, before it pops up. Anything else is fine, like whatever. But the jammer, that's like a real key part of the game. You don't want to be spoiling that. Like for you, for example, like it fucks your game.
Done.
You have
stripped. Done.
Like you gotta. It's gonna force you to adapt and become good at something else, maybe. But hopefully that fixes. Jedi says, I heard Frank say you shouldn't be able to see jammers. That was supposed to be fixed in final version. Well, there you go. Give Tarika use. There you go, Fuzzy Bear. That's what's up.
Throw a banana. Next contractor should throw a banana.
Black Tiger says thin floor or walls equals easy rock. So it has something to do with the thin, like the thickness of the wall and the floor. Is that what the crack is? Gamer, is that gamer time?
The thickness of the wall.
A thick bitch. If you can see through that thick bitch. Them thin bitches though. No good.
T.
GGT. How are you doing, GT?
GGT.
Okay. Anything else we want to say about Firewall? How about the new weapon?
I didn't have enough experimentation to see if I enjoyed it or not.
Actually, I'm kind of in the same boat. Even though I used it a lot last night, I was like, I can't tell. Is this better than the OR90 that's already in the gun? It's like the custom XMR, I think it's called. What's interesting is you can't customize. You can't put any skins on it. So it's like it's got like that blue color scheme that you're kind of stuck with. So if you don't like that, then you're out of luck. But yeah, anyone else has more experience using that weapon? What's the consensus so far on that gun? I have no idea. Why is this on so late? I'd love to watch this live every week. GT, it's because this is like, it's not permanent.
The late station. We're the late people. You know, we're the late people. We're the late nighters.
If I do it late like this, I can get my tits out, and it's after the watershed. Everyone can see my tits. And
all the Americans watch.
Well, the Americans can't, but all the Irish people can see my tits legally. All right. But I'm sorry, it's not convenient. GT. Hopefully one day we'll get like midnight. A midnight one I'd be happy with midnight. You know. I don't know if that would suit Decepticon, but fuck that guy, am I right?
What?
Yeah.
Midnight?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Like 2 hours sooner, would that suit you? Look, we're talking nonsense. That's not going to happen anytime soon.
Doesn't bother me.
Your enemy says, I didn't care for the new gun compared to the Red Classic. Okay, but it's like a short range gun. Like that Red Classic is like more of a long range, mid range one.
Guess who gave me this microphone? GT.
Nice mic, Decepticon.
Whose?
What?
Whose? What? Whose mic? Yours?
Yours. I'm just reading out his comments.
Yeah,
I'm reading out his comments.
I'm saying you sent it to me.
No, I sent us, yeah. But anyway, you confused me. Dave Station says...
You are an easy person to confuse.
Yes, that's true. Tried to use the new gun, but it kept reverting back to a Taylor's when we loaded in. Okay, somebody else was saying that they had that same problem. Your arch enemy, I think.
Interesting.
That's something that happens often enough when there's like new weapons added to the game. I feel like that's happened at least twice before with like different equipments, where like it resets the loadouts.
What is the star?
Late or early is based on where you are. Lol.
It smelled like the Death Star when I opened up that box and he said it to me.
Smelled like pig's blood and cabbage.
It's like, oh my god, microwave it quick.
Mr. 777 says that gold CQB, exactly. I'm using all my hotkeys. I'm getting that gold CQB. I don't even normally like golden guns. I think they're gaudy, you know, but it's a CQB, so I have to have it. I love the way he holds us, says Gamer Tag.
You like that? You like that? I got on with the thing.
He's getting a workout. He's getting a workout, you know. The arm goes up and down. He's churning the buzzer there, you know. If you know what I'm saying.
No, nobody knows what you're saying.
PSVR Brazil says, I do not have this problem. Yeah, it seems to be only some people having it. It makes me think that maybe some people are picking a certain thing and that's what's causing the bug, whereas other people maybe are not equipping it. Maybe it's a certain contractor.
Nala. Maybe it's Nala.
I've met a stream today. That was fine. Okay. I got the same problem with the custom XM or reverting back to the Taylor, says Geisen. Interesting. I wonder what's causing it. I don't think you can put a laser sight in that gun either. You can put a sight. You can put a... can you even put a foregrip? I'm not sure. You can get the extended mag though, which is nice. It can hold 45 with an extended mag, which is pretty beefy. Maybe that's a benefit it has over the standard one. It can carry more bullets. I don't know. I need to go back in and compare them better. But either way, I feel like it's not going to compete. It's not going to be top dog. That's the feeling I got. Like maybe in short range it's good, but like long range, whatever, you don't want to be using this, I don't think. What else do we have? I think that's kind of all the stuff to talk about when it comes to Firewall. Have we covered everything?
You want that CQB skin, don't you?
You better believe it.
Mm.
Oh, that reminds me. Hold on a sec. Good thing you said that. I'm going to put something up on the screen.
Uh-oh.
All right, that I saw. Give me a sec here. Give me a sec. And I believe it's an Easter egg. All right? I can't prove it, and you're not going to believe me. But I do believe it's an Easter egg. Hold on a sec. Here we go.
Whoa.
Pop this bitch up. Okay, so I took this screenshot, right? I need to enlarge this.
Enhance.
Zoom
Google
God,
enhance.
How
Google enhance.
How do I make this big?
Google enhance.
Oh my God,
Siri,
it's not working.
enhance.
This is messing up
You've
for me.
blown it. What have you done?
Is there a zoom? Where's the zoom button on this fucking
too
thing?
Far. You've zoomed
I want to zoom it.
Oh no, you keep zooming.
I want to zoom it.
It's zoomed.
No, it's
not. Zoomed.
Not on my screen. Hold on a second.
It's zoomed on my screen. We see the gun. We see the gun.
But it's not like I want to zoom in on like there's a thing above the trigger. Fuck.
All right, well you got to zoom way in then. You got to zoom way in.
I don't appear to be able to zoom in any further. At least I don't.
You had it for a second.
Oh wait, I've stretched this.
Oh, there you go. There you go. They're stretching it. Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
The key is to stretch.
I don't see it stretching anymore unless it's behind.
Well, look, you've got like a 20-second delay, so.
No. All right, relax. Everybody relax.
Okay, you might be able to see it here.
777, just relax.
You might be able to see it here, okay.
Oh, you're stretching it the wrong way.
All right, I've finished stretching, all right? You're 20
right,
seconds
hold on.
in the past.
We're getting there.
Oh, boy.
We're getting there.
Can you
Google
see?
enhance. Google enhance.
Oh, my God. Can you see the safety? Above the grip. There's like a white grip. Above the trigger, there's a safety. Can you see the safety?
It says Fuego.
Fuego. It says Fuego, and he's Spanish. He's Sol. He's El Pasión. He's El Fuego. There you go. There you go. El Fuego. That's an Easter egg. I'm stealing this. It's an Easter egg. I'm claiming this. All right. That's Miguel's Easter egg. All right. Miguel Espinosa. You know? What do you think? What do you think?
How did you see that? That's what I want to know. What made you zoom into that picture?
I got eyes that work differently to everyone else's eyeballs.
That's Fuego? Google enhance. Google enhance now.
Zoom and enhance. CSI Ireland. That's what we're using all the resources for over here.
Using your Google gloves where you're like stretching it
pinch,
like Tom Cruise.
Pinch and zoom.
Like
stretch,
Tom Cruise
stretch.
with gloves on. Analyzing the picture of the gun.
Anyway, I think we can all agree 100% is a Easter egg. There you go.
Yeah, I agree.
There you go.
I have to agree.
I bet they didn't expect anyone to see it until it was unlocked.
What about El Pasión? I didn't say El Pasión.
Maybe on the other side it says El Pasión. You know? El Pasión. It might. Okay. Decepticon.
Oh, man.
I have to admit something to you.
Here we go. I've been waiting.
And everyone in the chat. All right? I need to admit something. I opened up on Firewall because I wanted to start with something, light. Hold on a sec. When you hold that microphone so close to your head, it's like a laser dot is on your head. Someone's gonna take the shot. Do it. Somebody take the shot in this guy. Anyway, as I was saying, I opened with Firewall because I wanted to get everyone's spirits high before I crushed them low with this next news. Sean, who's that? Oh, it's Brian Smith, the Centipede. How you doing, Brian Smith?
The Centipede.
This next news here is that Sony's Manchester studio has closed. They were working on a PSVR game since 2015, I believe, and they never even got to reveal it.
Oh.
At least that's when the studio formed, so maybe it's been like 4 years or whatever, but that's tragic. Didn't even get to reveal it. All right. PSVR Brazil says, "Hey, I'd like to say
that's gotta be. Gotta be. Oh, if you're one of the people, like one of the devs for that, that's gotta suck.
Oh yeah, big time. We'll talk about that in just more in a second. I just want to read Brazil's comment here. You can answer it too. When we Brazilians say gringo, it's not an offense, right? I don't take offense. Do you take offense to that, gringo?
I don't care.
If you don't take offense to me going El Pasión and El Fuego, even though it's Spanish and not Portuguese, then, I'm not going to take offense to gringo. It's just a short word for estrangeiro. Okay. That's like them Japanese have gaijin. I think that could be a racist word. And that's like, well, not racist, but that's their version of gringo. But whatever. The point is, we're in mourning. We're sad. We're talking about Sony Manchester. Sony's reasoning, their official
terrible
reasoning.
News.
This is what Sony had to say about us. The move was made to close it as part of our efforts to improve efficiency and operational effectiveness. What do you think? What do you think about that? Efficiency.
Maybe, I don't know about that.
Maybe
I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about that.
Look, maybe it was in development hell. Maybe they weren't getting it done right. Maybe they were giving them chances and they gave them chance after chance.
They weren't putting out a product fast enough.
You blew us. You ran out of chances. You're toast.
You've run out of chances. We're closing it up.
See you later. The third UK studio that Sony have closed. And the suspicious thing about that is they were all VR studios. They all worked on VR at least. So there's Manchester. We don't know what they were working on. But there was Cambridge, Gorilla Cambridge. They did Rigs. They got shut down after Rigs came out. And then there's Evolution, who did Drive Club, but they did Drive Club VR as well. And that was their last game, I think. And they got the fucking axe right after that too. So it kind of looks bad for PSVR to see these studios closing. Especially one like Manchester that was like dedicated to PSVR. So it's kind of like, if you ask me, it's cause for concern. We should be thinking about this. We should be. This
is concerning.
Now there is a possible plus side. Like we don't know for sure that the game that they were working on was even scrapped. Like maybe they sent it over to Sony London studio and said, "Hey, you finished this." Maybe they took staff with them. We don't know that they all got laid off. Maybe nobody knows. Maybe they reassigned them someplace else. But yeah, not good news. I don't think. Blame it on Brexit and EU laws, says Deej. Could be Brexit related. Maybe the game was based in like mainland Europe, and it was too much of a hassle to move between the countries. Now that we need passports and shit, or they need passports, I should say. My Spanish teacher called my class racist today, says Brian Smith. Brian Smith, I've no doubt that you were the ringleader of this racist movement that was going on in your in your class. All right, the Grand Wizard or whatever they call the king of the racists. All right. Is there anything else we can say about this Manchester studio? Because it's kind of
sad news.
It's sad because we never even got to see it.
We had all that fun. We were laughing. We were just giggling moments ago, and now we're.
Well, that's what I want to do. I want to build you up, then I want to take you down. I want to take you down lower than the dirt. All right. Brian Smith went to PetSmart today, and my brother went up to a Paris and went raw, and the bird fell back. Okay, Brian Smith.
No more reading Brian Smith comments.
I wish I could have like a different color for Brian's name, so that I would like, you know what? I'll let Decepticon handle those ones if he wants to. All right, Brian Smith, don't ever talk to me again. Don't ever do it. But yeah, well, maybe we're better off not knowing what that game was, because we could have seen a trailer, we'd be super hyped, and then it's like, hey, it's cancelled. So maybe this is for the best.
What if it was that Star game? What was it, Star?
That's from a different studio. Well, that's also possibly cancelled.
I know.
We don't know. We don't know about that.
Why?
So yeah, I guess that's all we can say about the Manchester studio. Other than maybe we should be concerned about Sony's commitment to VR. Maybe they're like, 2 studios is too much over here.
I don't know. I don't like that either.
Yeah, it's definitely not good news. Let's move on to something that could be good news, Decepticon.
All right.
The PlayStation 5
Perk
and
it up a little bit.
in
Perk it up.
particular, the PlayStation 5's price point. All right. So basically, the gist of it is it's not set in concrete. Whatever the price is, it's not set in concrete. It could change depending on competition.
I figured that.
Let me read out.
We probably won't hear anything until they finally drop it themselves.
They could be waiting for Xbox to drop their price and then they'll come in. I think that's what they did last year.
Compete with it.
Or not last year, last gen.
Hey, what are you guys doing? Oh, we're going to make it $1 cheaper.
Drop the microphone. $1 less. So here's a quote from Hiroki Totoki, who is Sony's chief financial officer. So he says, what is not very clear or visible is because we are competing in the space, so it's very difficult to discuss anything about the price at this point in time. So that doesn't mean that they don't have a price. It's just that he doesn't want to discuss the price at this point in time because of competition. He went on to say, and depending upon the price level, we may have to determine the promotion that we are going to deploy and how much costs we're prepared to pay. How much is the PlayStation 5 going to be, Decepticon? Tell me, and don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong.
$399.
$399.
That's lower than what I want to say, but I'm going with $399.
I think that's the magic number. Like that's what made the PS4 so successful. It was $399.
Because $499 sounds like a bit much. $500.
It's half a grand. It's half a grand, you know.
That's a little spicy on the wallet. Spicy on the wallet.
PS4 Brazil is asking about, are people having trouble getting their hands on aim controllers in their regions? I believe you can order them directly from Sony.
Yeah, I heard that from 777. I'm hearing that. Don't break your aim controller like I almost did last night. Don't do that.
Can you not just buy them directly from PlayStation.com now? I thought they're operating like an online store now. But maybe in Brazil
but
it's
if there's
different.
a
Maybe
shortage,
it's not in Brazil.
I
don't know.
I guess you have no choice.
David Segerson says they want to see what the Xbox will cost. There you go. And if you remember,
with the answer.
like a lot of people are
with the answer.
A lot of people are expecting this reveal event. I don't know if it's going to be this month or next month or whenever. It's going to be soon. That they'll reveal the price at that thing. I'm not expecting them to reveal the price at that event.
Yeah.
Because they didn't for the PS4's reveal event. They told you, they didn't even show the box. They showed the controller, and they told you about
That's
the
probably
RAM.
what we'll get
They talked
again.
about the RAM, 8 gigabytes of GD or RAM or whatever the fuck it was, GD.
Stats,
That kind of shit.
the specs.
And a few launch game trailers and stuff like that. We'll see. And that's what matters, really. Well, you know, the price is important too. But fingers crossed they talk about the PSVR, like the viewers, like integration into the PS5. That's what I really want to see at this reveal event. Whether or not that happens, don't know. Fozzie Bear says $499. That's what Fozzie Bear thinks. Judging by like all the leaked specs that's going around, a lot of people say it can't be $399, just because of the specs and stuff. But it's possible.
Right.
They could take a hit. Like they could take a hit.
Because that hard drive, that
yeah, SSD.
Yep,
Not cheap.
that's why it's going to be.
That has to be at least 1 terabyte.
Pricey.
At least a terabyte.
It better be.
If that's less than 1 terabyte, I'm going to be upset.
It better be.
David Segerson says also Xbox said that Nintendo and Sony are not competition. Amazon and Stadia are their competition. Lol, I heard about that today. David Segerson, Phil Spencer said that. He's full of shit. You don't buy all those studios, especially like Ninja Theory, who are making that Hellblade sequel, which is single player AAA. Like that's directly competing with Sony. That's what you're doing right there. But yeah, he's just talking shit, talking mad shit.
Whoa.
Deej says day one purchase regardless of cost. Says Deej. There you go. That's the spirit. I got the PS3 at like 2 days after it launched. It was like 600,
I never get
€600 to buy.
I'd like to, but I tend to wait like a year and then get it.
You planning on doing that for this too?
Probably. It depends. It depends.
Ooh.
It all depends.
How are we going to play Firewall 2, Decepticon? How are we going to play launch
We
game
got to
Firewall
work something
2,
out. You know, I have
game.
to set up a
Right.
a Patreon, you know, work some things out.
Brian Smith saying, plot twist, my brother was the parrot. I saw you comment that the first time, and I didn't want to read it the first time. But you forced my hand, Brian. You made me read it the second time.
Again.
All right. Let's just drop this parrot story. All right. It's a
plot twist. Brian Smith's brother
the bludder.
brother was the parrot.
There you go. He scared himself, I guess. But yeah, I'm thinking 3992. I'm being wishful, but I think that's the magic number. I think they need to aim for that, and I think they can afford to take the hits as well because PS4 was so successful this generation that they can sell it at a loss. You know.
If they do that, that definitely will be like people will definitely pick it up faster.
But it almost guarantees that it's going to be weaker than the Xbox if it's at that price. Like, there's no way that I'm pretty sure the Xbox is going to be more powerful anyway. But
Sega going to have to sell everything.
Decepticon's going to have to sell his lava lamp. Start streaming more Decepticon. More streams, more donations. There you go.
Hey, there you go.
Get in
That's
the game.
There you go. That's the ticket. Quit streaming on Halloween, you jerk.
Yeah, you got
once a year.
Donate some $500 at Halloween. All right, we'll give him $500.
Is that how it works? Oh, all right.
Brian Smith is getting his braces off in 5 months. Congratulations, Brian. I'm happy for you.
Another plot twist.
There we go. It just gets deeper and deeper. Where does the rabbit hole end? You know, I can't tell.
The story is so... Whew. The twists and turns of this story.
I'm putting this away now because it's time to talk about...
Put it away.
Astrobot
We're done.
Decepticon.
Is it over? What about it?
Hold on a second, I gotta make sure I muted those.
What about it?
Well, not really Astrobot itself. More the director of Astrobot. Let me get his name. Nicolas Doucet. I think it's Doucet. How would you pronounce? It looks French to me. Doucet, maybe. Doucet. Nicolas.
Bobby
Let's just call him Nick. Let's just call him Nicky.
Nick.
Cousin Nicky. All right. He was the creative director behind Astrobot Rescue Mission, and he has been promoted to head of Sony PlayStation Japan Studio. So that's like the opposite of the Manchester news, because this
Good
guy,
news.
yes, because he was the man behind Astrobot. So you imagine he's got a great fondness for VR now. You can guess maybe that he's going to be pushing that studio towards making more PSVR games.
They're like Astrobot.
Not guaranteed, obviously. Not guaranteed, but possibly. Oh my god, plot twists going off here left and right. Mr. Jackpot saying Little Nicky. Terrible movie, that. Terrible. Remember my friend told me, you should watch Little Nicky, it's hilarious. I watched it, I was like, this is trash. Adam Sandler. What are you doing with your life, Adam Sandler?
That's when it all started falling apart.
But yeah, good news. Sony Japan being led now by a pioneer of PSVR exclusive games. Fingers crossed he continues on with that tradition.
Bad news for VR, and then good news for VR, and then bad news for VR.
Do you want to see Astrobot 2?
Good news for VR. I'd play an Astrobot 2, of course. I'd platinum an Astrobot 2, of course.
All right. Good night, Decepticon and Pumpkin, says Brian Smith. Brian Smith,
good night,
been an
Centipede.
absolute pleasure. Scuttle on now.
Scuttle the bed.
Back into the burrow. Incubate the larvae. Feed them the leftover foods or whatever. Next up, Dreams, Decepticon. You can't see this tweet here because I got the chat in the way, but take my word for it. What I'm talking about, Dreams, hold on a sec. Who's that? Did I Dan says, I will buy PS5 day one if Firewall 2 comes out at the same time.
That'd be a big pusher for me to purchase it earlier.
You'd have to.
Definitely.
Deej says Adam Sandler's new film is good. I've heard his new film is the best he's ever been in any film.
Oh, Uncut Gems?
I guess so. I can't remember the name, but I've seen like...
Heard it's good.
Heard it's good. Review or something? I don't know what it was.
I heard it's good.
But yeah, apparently he's really good in it.
Serious
Sandler.
Serious.
Maybe that's what he was destined for the whole time. Anyway, why am I talking about Dreams, Decepticon?
Heard it was good.
Why don't you take this? Why don't you take this one?
What do you mean? Because it comes out on Tuesday for the people that already have it?
Whoa. What do you mean the people that already have it?
The people that have already purchased it.
How can
the early
release.
Early
access?
The early access version, people get it on Tuesday. I'm pretty sure, right? Is that the news?
The 11th. Is that Tuesday? Whenever the 11th is.
Yep. And so then Thursday gets the full version. You can purchase it.
So I imagine there's going to be like a huge patch that's going to like change the game.
Probably.
The way it looks, going to change everything. But I'm going to add the single player campaign, which I'm hearing is only like 2 to 3 hours long. But the only purpose of that is to show like what you can make in the game. Really, it's not like the main focus. I'd get us, assuming PSVR game will get patches, etc. I'd get us.
I have it because that's what I've been told, so that's why I picked it up early.
All right,
so
it was going to come.
I get it.
It was going to come day one, and day one is coming.
Aspire 1, you're just hoping it'll be fixed one day.
Fingers crossed.
One day that Aspire 1 fix is coming. It'll be a good game.
If they just ignore us, will people forget about it? I think people might forget about it. Like we won't forget about us, but we're few in number.
What was the newest problem with that game? Didn't they have like a video card problem on the PC version where it was like forget the update that we pushed out, revert to the old version? Yes.
Oh god, I don't want to know. I don't want to talk about Aspire anymore until it's fixed. All right. I feel like every episode, like we've had 20 episodes now, and it's like
they're still waiting for an update for Q&A that's been sitting in Q&A for like weeks now. I don't know what's going on.
Nuts. That's all I gotta say about Dreams.
Give me it. I want the VR version. Pump that out immediately.
If you're planning on making levels in Dreams, then you should probably pick it up and maybe get some practice in. We were thinking about making something, even though it's probably just a pipe dream. I think
we could easily, after seeing Accounting Plus could easily be made in Dreams.
It's like you say it easily, but
Easily.
it takes talent.
Easily.
You gotta sculpt
Well,
things.
you know what I mean.
You
Of
gotta
course,
program.
yeah.
It's like logic to program and all this kind of shit.
Of course.
Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna say
But it's
that's
doable.
easy.
It's doable.
Doable.
That's a doable thing.
But,
It's
like,
a very doable thing.
It's something we have to learn, like watch tutorials and stuff
Right.
like that, you know?
Right.
David Segerson says, I'm actually talking about PS5. Buying is assuming current games, at least some, will get patches. Okay, I see what you mean now. I am praying to God that Firewall will get a PS5 patch. Where it just like max out that resolution. 1080p, full 1080p, get rid of all
From what
them
I've been
jaggies.
reading too, there might not even be patches. They might just run the games
like a
better.
boost mode. Yeah, PS4 Pro has that boost mode where it's like it just does it by itself.
That'd be nice too. I'll take that.
And you'd imagine with that SSD, loading times will be like super quick.
Instant.
Instant is right, yeah. I was playing Witcher 3 today, and that initial loading screen is like fucking like 2 minutes long. It's like I can't wait for the SSDs. Instant, indeed. Goodbye, Dreams. Hello, Resident Evil 8, even though I'm playing a trailer for Resident Evil 7. So, Decepticon.
Resident Evil 8.
I've already got
What did I tell you about this? What did I say months ago, huh? What did I tell you?
I don't know. What did you
that
tell
we'll
me?
probably be seeing an 8. We'll probably be seeing an 8, and it'll probably be in VR.
Well, hold on a sec. We have no confirmation that this is in VR
I'm
yet.
telling you. Well, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's coming.
Let's just talk about what's going on. So last week, and I made a video about this on the channel if you want to go into more detail about it. I can't wait to see PSVR on the 5. Me neither, Deej. It is going to be sick. I hope. Fingers crossed. I hope it has its own like menu and stuff like that that's unique to PSVR. Anyway, so a leak broke out. Some guy like Nibel, I think his name is, on Twitter. He's got like a reliable dude, and he got his source from like residents of evil. Credible people.
But
These
it's
guys
still
who know
rumors.
things.
It's still raised, and I don't.
All subject to change.
Rumors.
So, what the rumors are is that it's first person still. It's going to be Ethan again, who is the main character in 7. It's going to be set in Europe, maybe, with like there's a village area, a castle area, and a snowy mountainous area confirmed. Well, not confirmed, but like in the rumors. And different enemy types, including werewolves and ghosts, and like a specter lady that follows you around, and then when you look at her, she vanishes. That would be class in viewer. Come on, that's like Dreadhalls. Have you played Dreadhalls?
No, I haven't. That's a Halloweeny.
That's a Dreadhall enemy right there.
I have Exorcist waiting for Halloweeny too. So there's 2 years. You know, I got 2 years back.
2 years of content lined up, man. Now's the time to subscribe to Decepticon.com. Or fucking Decepticon's YouTube channel. Can't wait to see. Oh, sorry, read that already. Was the Ori 7 DLC playable in VR as Zack Wilder? Most of it was. There's one of them that wasn't. Jack's Birthday, I think it was called.
There was 2, I think.
Was there another one? Okay, like 90% of the,
one,
all
I
the
think,
DLC
one,
was.
There was another and another. I'm pretty sure.
But you could do like Bedroom, Daughters, End of Zoe, Not a Hero. All that stuff was in VR.
You ever platinum that game?
No, I didn't platinum it. I cannot beat Marguerite on Madhouse mode. No matter what I do, I just can't do it. I get angry and I quit. PSVR Underground says, "Oh shit, I can't wait to see Decepticon play Dreadhalls." You gotta wait. 2021. You heard it here first.
Well, am I gonna play Exorcist or Dreadhalls this
ding
year?
The bell.
You know
ding his bell.
You gotta ding that bell.
Right, wait for Halloween 2021. It's coming. So then there was another Twitter user, and he's also a reliable guy who knows things about Resident Evil. Apparently, he's leaked things in the past that was true. He says that the initial rumors, the stuff we just talked about, that was in development for Resident Evil 8, but Capcom rebooted it, and this was about 6 months ago, and now it's something different. So the stuff that we're listening to here, the stuff about first person, Europe, all that could be completely gone, scrapped.
I agree. I think nobody probably actually knows. Who knows?
Nobody. We're back to square one.
Rumor.
No news.
Rumor mill.
No
but
news.
I do think that we are going to get an 8. I do think it's going to be in VR, and I think the story is going to keep continuing from 7.
It's got to be a PS5 game, like. Yeah.
Maybe. That's what I also or like I said before, it's like the final game for PSVR. Like that's their send off before the 5.
I mean, Resident Evil 3 is coming out like in 2 months' time. So there's no way they get another game out. That's like another game in 6 months.
It's a different team though.
I don't know. Well, even if it was a different team, like I think they'd space it out more. Like they probably have DLC shit planned for the rest of the year for like 3, because 3 has that like multiplayer mode that it's coming with. They probably have DLC planned.
And what if that's their promo? Like, you'll have it on the 4 now, but it'll look way better on the 5 when the 5 comes out.
Well, that could be cool.
Soon.
I just don't see it coming in time for the 5, if you know what I mean. Because of 3. If they weren't doing these remakes, then yes, absolutely. But they're padding out these releases with remakes.
I don't know.
David Segerson says, just retool Resident Evil 2 remake and put it in viewer. There are mods on PC for it. That would be class. Have you played Resident Evil 2 remake? It's flat, so you probably haven't. But man, it's got this big guy who chases you around the place, Mr. X. That'll be class in viewer. God Cannon says, Resident Evil Ace was started in 2018, then stopped. If it's coming, then it's either the halted version continued or they restarted from scratch.
Interesting.
So if they started that in 2018, that's like just 2 years ago, possibly less than 2 years.
Want to get it on the 5? Is that going to be the 5, the intro to 5?
Could be. There is a question about this from Geisen, by the way, in the fax machine. So maybe we should just wrap this up and get into the fax machine.
Whoa, what?
Well, hold on a sec. We can keep talking about Resident Evil, but like we can incorporate this question. You know, that's what I'm trying to say.
Well, there's nothing else anyway.
Oh, one of the other things, a return of traditional zombies was rumored as well, not just werewolves.
And the werewolves thing, I don't know about the werewolves. Like, that don't sound Resident Evil. Like, when does Resident Evil?
People are saying that, but Resident Evil that's have a giant alligator. They've had giant spiders. They've had all kinds of fucking things.
This is a werewolf.
Well, hold on a sec. It's a wolf-like creature. It's probably just a mutated wolf.
They say werewolf. You know what I mean? That's a little.
It probably looks.
That's a specific creature.
Look, it's probably a werewolf in everything but name, if you know what I mean. So yeah, let me get the fax machine going. Let me mute this desktop audio.
It's that time again for questions and topics submitted by our viewers. So let's go to our fax machine and see what we have. Fax me harder, Daddy. I've been a bad boy.
Okay, we're back. We're in the fax zone.
Did it happen?
It happened. Okay, I'm going to skip down to Geisen's question because seeing as we're like, was it Geisen's question? Or was it Tradition's question?
Oh boy.
Oh boy, I'm losing it. I'm losing the plot.
Oh boy, give it credit to both of them.
Where's the fucking thing I read? Oh, it's like I put it in the notes there too, didn't I, Geisen?
No.
Oh, I got mixed up. It was the Firewall thing that I put Geisen's thing. Okay, Geisen's was the Firewall question. Whatever. Look, we'll just go through all the questions. No big deal. We'll hit them all. Okay, let's start with reading these questions that we missed or comments that we missed. They had zombie dogs, says your arch enemy. There you go. Zombie dogs.
Zombie dogs, yes. Yes.
Well, look, zombie wolves.
Zombie werewolves.
Zombie wolves, mutated
I don't know
wolves.
about
They're
that.
bigger. They walk around on 2 legs.
Zombie werewolf.
You know,
I don't know about that. That don't sound very Resident Evil-y to me. That platformer did look good.
Says,
what was it called?
I didn't see that actually. No, I didn't. What is that?
Reeve. I forget what it's
Can
called.
You spell it? You can't spell.
Nope.
You can't read. You can't spell.
No, can't read, can't spell. Don't know what it was.
First question comes from PSViewer777. He says, "Is the smoke/gas grenade thing still coming?" So remember the nerve gas thing.
The nerve gas.
It's kind of everything's up in the air now. They said that they were working on it. Like it got delayed at the last minute. But remember that we were supposed to have that chat, like in-game chat through the loading screens. And they were like, oh, that's gotten delayed through the last minute. So we all expected it to come in the next update. And we still haven't seen it since. So who knows, basically.
That platformer was called Ven.
All right, Ven.
It's close. Bean.
They had huge spiders, a huge snake. They had fucking sharks as well in like the remake of 1. But all kinds of crazy creatures in that.
Huge snake. See, that makes sense. All these animals make sense. All these things
doesn't make sense. No, it doesn't.
They're toxic. They're radioactive.
Huge wolf,
you know what I mean?
Huge snake.
Not a werewolf. Yeah. Werewolf don't make sense.
Fingers crossed that nerve gas grenade thing or mine or whatever it is coming. I hope it's going to be grenade. I prefer a grenade to a mine. Anyway, next up is Tradition. He has like 3 questions. We got 2 here. He says, if Sony is committed to VR, then surely any follow on to Resident Evil 7 has to have it. To not do that would be revealing. Thoughts? Question mark. So he's saying if Sony don't pursue a VR mode in Resident Evil Ace, let's say it's a first-person game, and if Sony don't do everything in their power to get that in VR, is that revealing? Like, is that saying Sony's kind of like not trying hard enough? Maybe they don't care enough about PS4?
I don't know. Could just be keeping it under wraps for competition.
But he's saying, like, let's say they do reveal Resident Evil Ace and they say, oh, it's not going to have viewer support. What does that say about Sony? What does that say about Sony?
Well, that's not. Yeah, that doesn't look good.
Should we all be concerned? Should we all be concerned if that happens?
That would be concerning. Yes. That would be highly concerning, I think.
Dave Station says, I don't want no stinking werewolves.
See, I
he's
agree.
one of these people.
You're
one of these people.
There's no werewolves in Resident Evil. There's
crazy animals. There's all kinds of crazy animals in these games.
But the werewolves are human people that turn into werewolves. But that's like fantasy.
It's not going to be a werewolf. It's going to be a wolf creature that looks like a werewolf. All right, it's going to be a mutation.
How do you know? How do you know
I
that?
just do. All right. I'm a Capcom insider. Okay.
Did you just relay info you weren't supposed to?
It slipped. I'm fired. All right, I blew it.
I'm
canceling Resident Evil Ace. I'm canceling it now. No VR support. It's a good question, Tradition. I think we should be worried if Sony don't do everything they can. But also, if I think Capcom should be like, hey, Resident Evil 7 was so good in VR, and we got like 10% of all the player base. I think it was over 10%. They had a counter.
That's like the one game everyone next to Firewall. Everyone talks about. Everyone talks about.
Even if they only played the first few minutes and got too scared, they still did that. Like everyone.
And it's a step up. Like that one thing that PC does not have.
Yeah, it's exclusive. I was shocked. I thought it was just going to be like
a rare gem. A rare gem. It is a insanely good rare gem.
Godcan says Ori Ace also supposedly continued as Ethan. Had Chris Redfield and some invincible chick chasing you. Yeah, that's like some shadowy spectre lady that chases you or something. And she disappears when you look at her or something. That's what they were saying.
No werewolves.
It's going to be Jack Nicholson's wolf. How about Jack Nicholson? Let's get him in here. Let's get him in there. There we go. Geisen says there was an update on Ori 2 Remake where you can hear Nemesis saying stars in the back. I saw that video on IGN. Because they take place at the same time, like Resident Evil 2 and 3, like both their campaigns are happening parallel.
What if we get a port of that arcade Biohazard?
But even if we did, that's like a 10-20 minutes.
It's a small thing. It's nothing. Yeah, it's a small thing. But what if we do get? That's one thing that we get.
If we got that and didn't get Resident Evil Ace,
would be good enough.
If we got
I don't want this trash.
I need Resident Evil Ace. We need the full game.
I do. Of course, all of it. Everyone here wants that. Every single person.
Look, it's gonna feel like an insult if they give us some like 20-minute experience instead of.
Oh, that'd be horrible. That would be awful. It'd be such a tease, especially after like 7. Why would you do that?
They were in Europe and Resident Evil 4. Lots of werewolves there. Lol. Van Helsing. That's werewolfy European stuff.
Werewolves.
David Segerson says werewolves will be in Ori Ace, so you can play werewolves within. Inside of Ori Ace is a crossover. I need to proofread these comments before I say them out loud. God damn it! Every time he's well educated, David Segerson. When he's not trying to make jokes, he says great things. I love it. And then he makes the joke, and it's like, come on. How does Dana put up with this? I don't know. Evil Within had a wolf, and that part was pretty weak. Says Godcan. That's not proof. That is not proof.
That's churching it. Werewolves make the game weak. That's a weak game. You put the wolf in it. Weak game.
You know what? This is not going to support my argument, but the order 1886, the wolf fights were like the worst part of that game. The werewolf fights.
There you go.
Still, that doesn't prove anything. Still doesn't prove anything. All right.
You put a wolf in your game? Well, Skyrim. The werewolf part in Skyrim. That was super cool. That was super cool. When you first see the werewolf too, where he's up on the rocks and he's howling in front of the moon.
But have you
super cool?
You got a power swipe as the werewolf and you send them flying. Like it's my favorite thing to do.
The only thing I didn't do was turn into a vampire.
Can you be both? Do you have to pick one or the other?
I don't know. I think you do.
One.
Yes.
So I don't know if I'd want to give up the werewolf. He's cool.
Super neat. So there you go. All right. So one werewolf versus what? 8 bear werewolves? Werewolves in your game.
Justin says, proofread this. Subscribe or fuck out of here. Welcome.
Whoa.
Not Chris.
The true blue.
Cousin Justin, the bluest. The truest. How are you doing, Cousin Justin? Welcome back. welcome back. I really just want normal zombies because tar people were just super boring to me. Makes it hard to get back into Resident Evil 7 due to those. I agree, David Sagerson, that the enemy variety in Resident Evil 7 wasn't great. That was like one of its weakest parts. Zombies would have been cool. Especially like the Resident Evil 2 zombies with all that cool damage that they have going on. Like you can rip off the skin with a shotgun and all this kind of stuff. That would be class.
How about that Saints and Sinners coming out eventually?
How about it? What do you got? You got any spicy tidbits?
I haven't heard nothing about that.
All right, don't tease me.
Coming out
don't
for
tease
that,
me.
But man,
all right.
I'm excited about that one.
I'm excited too.
Looking forward to that one.
It looks really good. I heard that like there's a bit of controversy over how it launched without, like you can't crouch naturally. You have to press a button.
I heard they fixed that.
But they fixed that. Yeah, they patched it.
Yes.
So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Redfield has been searching for werewolf. Oh my god, can you read that for me, Decepticon? I can't read.
Chris Redfield has been searching for is werewolfism for many years. Umbrella has the cure.
What? All right, maybe. It's a new Chris. I don't like Chris Redfield. Go with Leon. Leon's the best Resident Evil character. Why don't they have him in the
questioned the
games?
same thing, Jaron. When I saw that word, I was like, "Oh, I'm not saying that."
Terror people. But he's talking about them monsters. It took me a while. I was like looking at it. I was like, "What the fuck is a terror people?" I was like, I'm not seeing that right." Anyway, next question from Tradition. He says, "Do you think Firewall has another big game-changing updates in it? Something that isn't just content like maps, weapons, skins, etc., but sweeping UI, matchmaking, even game rule changes, etc. Would you welcome it or think it's better to stick with adding content and leave bigger changes for a potential sequel?" Decepticon?
Go ahead.
Okay. My thoughts on this is I think just stick to what they're doing right now. Well, obviously I want them dedicated servers. To get them in, that's like a huge change.
That's what everybody wants.
That's what I want. But you're talking about like changing rules and stuff like that. I'd like to see the private match sliders that they were talking about, where they'd let you customize your own private game, like set your own rules and stuff like that.
The options.
But save new modes and stuff like that for a sequel. I think just stick to what they're doing now with seasons.
And Hess said that's it. Game ain't changing.
There you go.
That's it.
They said that multiple times. But
Firewall is Firewall. That's it. That's what it is. If you change the game, it's not Firewall anymore. It's now then a shooter.
Something else. A lot of people want
regular
Firewall
shooter
to be Call of Duty. A lot of people.
There's some of that coming out. There's some of that eventually coming out.
I've watched it played on PC Viewer and it looks amazing. I'm guessing you're talking about The Walking Dead. Yes, Dave. Umbrella Chronicles was sick. Umbrella Chronicles, was that the Wii game? Like the light shooter one? Or light gun shooter, I guess. Surprised we have no info on a S&S. Oh, Saints and Sinners. Yeah.
March would be nice.
It's like quarter one. Is the quarter one still on the table?
Quarter two.
Oh, quarter two is what they're saying.
Quarter two.
Ooh. Okay. Do tar people have tar babies? Lol. Says your
racist
enemy. I think they don't. I think they're created by Jack. Saints and Sinners quarter two. I've heard March, but obviously can change. Isn't March not quarter one?
I don't know.
January, February, March. That's quarter one. You know, that's how it works.
Hey, well then relax.
All right, go back to school.
Maybe April.
Go back to school,
hopefully April.
kids.
Hopefully.
All right.
Hopefully.
That's probably my most anticipated game outside of Iron Man. Probably it might be better.
Saints and Sinners is probably going to be like day one for, and I keep saying like, I'm not going to buy them day one games. Probably going to buy that day one.
Hopefully, it's not too downgraded from PC.
Oh, that would be terrible.
Satcom, we got a question from Geisen. Geisen says,
"Calm down, Geisen.
Just relax, Geisen. Let me get the words out, Geisen, please.
He cap locked it, didn't he?
With the price of the Black Dawn Operation Pass, doesn't mean we're only getting one new contractor this season. This is the question I wanted to bring in sooner. I got it mixed up with Resident Evil 7. This is the one when we were talking about Firewall. I wanted to bring this in, but yeah, I blew it. But
screwed it up.
I mean, we kind of already talked about this. It kind of looks that way, judging by reading the PlayStation Store's description. But if anyone can like look up one of the older season passes, Are they still up there actually, or did they remove them? They must remove them actually.
I think
that doesn't
they've
make
been
any sense.
removed.
They'd have to because all the operations are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Can anyone remember if they advertised them as having like one contractor or two contractors?
I never even thought to look at that stuff.
I feel like they advertised them as two, even if they didn't reveal the second one. PS4 Underground says, yeah, Deej, I got a feeling we are going to be slammed come spring. Fingers crossed, because right now it's kind of like crickets.
Backlog.
Shadow Legend.
That's where you play that backlog.
Well, true. I don't get to play
I picked up Pixel Ripped for $10. Going to play some Pixel Ripped.
$10 dudes.
$10.
We got a question here from Jeremiah, a.k.a. Laner. He says, will we get a new higher resolution camera for the PS5 release? Will that give us better tracking with our current light-based garbage controllers? How are they going to do this?
I would hope so. But, I was thinking that too. I think we're going to get control. Like I said, I think we're going to get controllers before we get the headset. And I think Brian from Parole said the same thing. I think the controllers come first, and then we'll get the headset.
Like,
system, controllers, headset.
Is the PS5 going to support the aim controller, for example? Do you think?
See, that's the
question.
Maybe. I mean, maybe the camera will still have that ability.
Like, I kind of don't want to. I don't want any camera-based tracking, but at the same time, I don't want to give up the aim controller either. Like,
maybe that's also part of part 2, aim 2 as well, along with the new controllers. We got to rebuy all the things again.
My God.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start selling these aim controllers soon enough. I hear they're in high demand. Sell them like in October or something.
before no one wants them.
Pixel Ripped is amazing. Decepticon, you will love it, says Deej.
Looking forward to playing it. Looks cool.
Yum bubble gum. We've got one more question. It is from Tradition. Great man for the questions. Never lets me down. Tradition says,
he's a wise man, that Tradition.
He is.
Never plays with us now.
Well, he's like a reasonable time he plays. He says, assuming, and in brackets beside us, hoping/praying, Resident Evil Ace is playable in VR. Do you think, now that PSVR control schemes have matured since Resident Evil 7, they'd adopt the standard Skyrim move control scheme for us when played in VR? Or would they be forced to stick with DualShock controls and head aiming as per Resident Evil 7, as it also needs to work outside of and be primarily played outside of VR? Is flatism holding the series back? Do you want to start with this?
I don't know.
First of all, what I want to say is I would take umbrage, Decepticon. You want to Google what umbrage means there while I finish the sentence?
Go ahead.
I'd take umbrage with the claim that the DualShock holds Resident Evil 7 back. I really like the way Resident Evil 7 controls. I love the head aiming. It feels like even superior to mouse and keyboard. Like it's if you had this in a first-person shooter game against PC people with keyboards, you'd win. You'd beat them. It's like, look, boom, pull the trigger, headshot, 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 headshot. Just look and shoot. Now I know it limited in ways like you couldn't really interact with the objects in the environment, like you couldn't pick things up. But do you need that?
Because you picking them up with your face.
Well, they're just like they floated in front of your face, and they're like stuck to your face too, weren't they? So if you move,
it'd be like an old first-person shooter, basically.
But yeah, I think it would work fine with the DualShock 5, we'll say. And keep in mind the DualShock 5.
I wouldn't have a problem with it.
DualShock 5 is going to have them like haptic feedback triggers, and it's going to have all kind of crazy rumbles. That's going to really enhance VR, hopefully.
Bugs scuttling on your fingers.
Oh man, that's a good one. That's a good one. PSVR 2 is going to have inside-out tracking, no external camera needed, I guess. But then, how does it work with like backward compatibility with PSVR 1? That's the question, I guess. Geisen says might be able to use PS4 camera on the PS5 to use the PSVR and moves. There you go. There's a solution. But then all of a sudden the PS5 is going to have this one specific port just for using that stupid PS4 camera. You know how it has like a proprietary connection like port thing. Well, it's not like a USB, if you know what I mean. PSVR Underground says I'd like to think it will have both inside out and outside in tracking. There was a patent with that, but obviously not concrete exactly. Man, Decepticon loves patents. You love a good patent, Decepticon.
Them rumors, them patents, them rumors.
I just wish we could pull up a patent right now and look at it, you know?
It's been like show after show of patents and rumors
schematics,
and rumors and patents and schematics and bar graphs and charts.
Bar charts. We love a good bar chart
What's
around
this
here.
name gonna be? What's this product gonna be? I heard this schematic's gonna be this thing that it's not gonna be at all.
That
We're gonna waste everyone's time tonight.
That DualShock 5 though that you say it's not gonna be that way, I think it definitely is gonna be that way. That one we saw. I think 100%. I think that one is the legit one.
I don't know. I don't trust anything until I see it myself from Sony them. On the stage, in their hands, on the screen.
God Cannon says, well, if the PS Viewer Gen 1 is compatible with PS5, it would have to be able to use the cam
enhanced.
PS Viewer 2.
Bring out your enhanced gloves.
Is there any other trickery?
Bring out your enhanced gloves.
Is there any other trickery they could employ to get it to work backwards? Like it would have to be light-based tracking? The camera on the headset tracks the moves instead of the external camera. Oh, you're talking about like PS Viewer 2. Bar charts, lol.
How would it
bring up a patent and enhance. Stretch it out. Stretch out them patents.
Get some gloves on. Get them
gloves fuego.
On. Them cruise gloves.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it for questions. Unless you got any more in the chat. Decepticon, have you got any questions?
Tell us. Give us some questions. None.
Have you got any questions, Decepticon?
None.
Maybe you want to ask something, you know?
Do I? What do I want to ask you? Nope.
All right. I don't want to know anything. I know too much.
I know way too much.
Okay. Listen, lads, ladies, it has been a pleasure. Thank you very much for joining us. Deej, thank you very much for that generous donation. And lads, we'll see you in the next one. All right.
Great job. How long was this? This is the shortest one yet,
it's
isn't
like an hour 10.
Oh my God! Like now that just gets shorter and shorter. But before they were getting longer and longer and long. Now they're getting shorter and shorter.
Well,
no
one cares.
Less viewers.
Not much to talk.
No one likes it.
What can we say?
We're done. It's over. We've been washed up.
End stream.
Show's over.
Goodbye.